St. James Show. I'm just coming in really quick, talk about a few things. Oh my goodness, I forgot to send that email. Maybe I'll run upstairs and get my laptop. I am your host, St. James, just hanging out with you on this Tuesday. Kind of felt like a Monday, of course, because everybody was off on yesterday. So it definitely feels like a Monday. It was definitely a Monday at work, for sure. But we got on through it. And we are here on tonight. As you come in, will you double tap the screen for me and hit that like button? Hit that like button and to let everybody know that we are in the virtual sanctuary of the St. James Show. What is going on, Courtney? You up? You up still? What is it? 8, 9, 10. What's it? 10 o'clock there? Where you at? I think it's 10 o'clock there, if I know. What's up, the bushes? What's going on over there in that and all them plays that's going over there on Lemon's channel? hmm I get so disconnected when they start doing all those stupid plays. I don't like them. What's up, Dion? Good to see you. As you come on in, will you double tap the screen for me? That lets you like the screen. Yes. You're a night owl. Me too. I'm really a night owl. I really am. What's up, Leah? How was LA, Leah? Did you sing the house down? The spirit come in? Did you make them shout? That's all I need to know. Did you make them shout there in Little Rock? I had never heard of Little Rock, California. Little Rock, California. But was there a rock in that weary land? That's the question. I have to leave. I can only handle so much. Yeah, it's a good like deterrent from kind of the churchy stuff and stuff that going on. You want to kind of you know sign off from that for a little bit, but then it gets way too much over there at that beef sector. 10 minutes from Palmdale. Okay, so it's near the Palmdale Lancaster. Okay, gotcha. That's where it's at. Yeah, I didn't know where it was. You had a time, huh? That's good. That's good. That's good. Yeah, I had never heard of Little Rock, California. I'm born. Me too. I was like, and I see Leah. She was singing at this church, and it was at Little Rock. I'm like, okay, if there's a rock in that weary land. Good, 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 good. What's up, Shardy? Sister Joyce McPhee is in the building. Angel is here. Angel is here. Well, everybody just wanted to come on in and kind of give a little update on what I've been hearing about this Fernandez and Joel Tudman situation. Things are heating up. They are heating up as we speak. You say your birthday is next week. I need your birthday joint. Okay, we'll definitely have to get on there. Leah, okay, what can I do? Do we? We got to get you in the studio or something, Leah, to record that so we can put that on iTunes and Spotify. Yeah, maybe change a couple of words around and put it on so it can be universal to everybody. You got to do that. And then I got to bring her on to sing happy birthday. Do that song in on live. Yeah, we got to get that in the studio there, Leah. Yes, yes, yes. Let's get that going. Who's a good studio person around here, Leah? Who's a good producer? We have any good folk? I ain't talking about corny stuff. I'm talking about good stuff. Yeah, yeah. Let's get that going, Leah. Think it's time to show them what we're working with, Leah. Think it's about that time. Yeah, but things are heating up in Florida. Let me tell you, Florida, Florida, Florida. That Sunrise, that Miami, Lauderdale, wherever them folks are, it is popping over there at the Faith Center. And listen, he came out today, and Joel Tudman came out today, and he had a little something to say. Let's hear what he has to say. All right, while we're here.
Family, it's Dr. Joel, and I hope you've had an amazing day today. I have a lot I want to say. Don't have a lot of time to say it. I did write it down because I wanted to make sure that everything that was in my heart, I'm able to get it out of my mouth to you, and that our time is effective. I'm aware of the conversations, the speculations, the debates It's going across all the social platforms and the blogging community. But I'm humbled by the love and the concern that you've shown me. And I'm equally grieved that the discussions have stirred division in the body of Christ, within the church itself. The world.
I'm really glad that he wrote this down. It didn't just go off the cuff, because that a lot of times you go off the cuff, you tend to sway some things and not stay on course as what you really need to say and how you really need to deliver it. At this point, I'm with you, Chantel. I think Fernandez has shot himself in the foot a little bit. Um, you know, and I'm not sure. I agree. Bobbed and he should have weaved. He bobbed and should have weaved. Mm.
Watching, and when our church is divided, the witness of Christ is weakened. I want to make a simple but urgent appeal. Let's stop taking sides. Let's quiet the noise. Resist the urge to battle one another in the comments and return back to the heart of Christ with love, unity, and prayer.
Yeah, it's really hard to take sides when we are a people of instinct, a people of, emotion. When you tell us something and then you not tell us something, we are going to start speculating and assuming. So I understand he wants to quiet the noise, but it's loud. It's really loud right now. It's too loud. And when things are said and no reasons are given, you have opened the door for speculation. So I like what he's saying, but unfortunately, it's still going to happen.
And many of you reached out to me personally, and you're saying, "How are you? How are your wife? How's your wife? Where are you?" My wife and I, we're managing. My family, we're managing. We're here in South Florida, and we're not going anywhere.
He said he's there in South Florida and they are not going anywhere. And that is where my commentary is coming in. Joel, Bishop, Doctor, whoever, somebody said, asked who made him bishop. Was it Ellis? I think Ellis made him bishop, right? Neil Ellis. I believe that's who made him bishop. But he's not going anywhere. He is staying there in South Florida. He is going to open up a church. Listen, Fernandez gave him all rights and authority to do that by his actions that he did last week. Listen, regardless of who was right and who was wrong, we haven't heard anything damning against either one, especially Joel Tudman. We haven't heard any salacious things that we can run off of. So at this point, it's just a in irreconcilable differences, as they say. Not telling us there will be always, but yes, and it's like you're making noise come. And let me tell you, Fernandez is over there working like a busy bee on social media, ain't he? He has been on social media nonstop. Bible studies, new thoughts, preaching on Sunday night. Then Fernandez over there running like a chicken with his head cut off. He's trying to, quiet things up and keep people engaged. I just want to rub his buff broad shoulders and tell him it's gonna be all right. Just rub his back, Leah. Let his wife do the rest. Just rub his back a little bit. And if he Tudman did do something wrong, Fernanda needs to make it known for no other reason to protect the flock. Right. What if it's something that he needs to protect the flock from? You're worried about the business of the church. I don't think he's worried about the flock, Chantel. Because, yes, if there's something that the church needs to be warned against when it comes to Joel Tudman, why not say that? If there isn't, when he opens up his church and clears out your church, whose fault is it? Because the man is about to open a church, and Fernandez is over there fit to be tied. But he needs to be just upset with himself. You and your board said you decided it was best that you guys separate him from the church. Well, that's fine, but you can't separate him from the city. And by him saying he's not going anywhere, obviously, what if there was any contracts or anything signed, there wasn't any clauses in there that there was a non-compete clause or anything. So he can open up the church wherever he wants to open up the church. He's over there working on his new church bylaws right now. You better work on them. If there is a dude Fernandez screwed. Joel is over there packing out his board. Yeah, he picking out board members, setting it up just right. Because things like this really make you get on your game, y'all. Courtney and Shante. It really makes you get on your game. It makes you think this cannot happen. And, I don't want this to happen in the future. I mean, they need to be on some stuff over there at the Faith Center as well. You have to protect yourself, you have to protect your family. One thing that I told myself I would never do is rely on a church to fund my life because church people are fickle people. They like you today, they hate you tomorrow. They listen to a rumor today, they run with it, then they apologize later, but don't nobody hear the apology. They just see what happened. So it don't matter about things being recovered later. That don't even matter. They go with what they heard the first time. Gonna say no compete clause. Yeah, it does. Obviously, there's not. I think the Potter's House may need to be a little worried too. Well, come on now. Saw a lot of TPH members asking him to come back. Ooh. But yeah, oh, wouldn't that be nasty? Wouldn't that be nasty? What no goodness, listen.
Now, unless the Lord says leave. As for now, I'm on my knees. And I'm on my knees praying to God daily. And it's His strength that is sustaining us. So I'm asking Him for clarity about the direction regarding my next steps. When He makes His will clear, I promise you I'm going to tell you what God said.
And I'm glad he's kind of Dick and Jane in this thing because don't do any harsh, rash, impulsive moves. This is not the time, excuse me, to do anything impulsive. Don't be as impulsive. Well, we don't know how this dismissal, how long it was in the works on Fernandez's end. We don't really know, but it seems impulsive to me, just on the outside looking in. So I'm glad that he's saying, no, no, we're not going to do it. If God says move, we will. But at this point in time, we're not going anywhere, and we're going to wait and see what's going on. His online membership will be heavy in Dallas. Yes, it will. Running around social media like, oh no, Fernandez is running around this social media. You can see the desperation in him. Oh, you can see it. And it was reported to me that he is extremely upset, pissed off, because he knows what's about to happen. He knows what's about to happen. It's more powerful with him initiating a startup. He's raising that startup capital. He's looking for a bid. Yeah, don't be too rash with it. Come on, let's do this thing a little slowly. Let's get your capital up. Let's get your donors in. Get the bylaws and stuff together. Let's look for a nice building. Let's do that stuff. I saw a lot of them in the chat saying he should come back. Oh, sorry, Potter's House. You're stuck with Sarah and Torre. That's how it goes. Nepotism. Sorry. Evolve Women's Conference every Sunday. Sorry, that's what you get.
That's really all I'm focusing on right now. What do you want me to do next, God? As soon as God tells me, I'm going to tell you. So I'm going to remain faithful to my assignment. I'm a teacher of the gospel. And I want you to join me next Tuesday, September 9th, online at Joel Tubman Official. I'm going to talk then.
Let me tell you what. Let me tell you what. Online's gonna be popping next Tuesday. Listening to his message. Oh, they're gonna be there. They're gonna be there. Probably be as many people that be on the Potter's House on Sunday mornings. Or used to be. Used to be a lot more. They'll sit around there for the singing for a while over there at the Potter's house, but as soon as Torre or Sarah get up, they people start the numbers start dropping. I'm just telling you what happens. I'm not being funny or anything. I'm just telling you what happens because I saw it happen. I made sure to check it out, and it happens over there. Let's see here. You know, look happy in those services at all. Hey, what's up, Regina? The Juice Radio Talk Show. I gotta go over. I seen you were live, but I was busy doing something. I gotta go and check out your do the replay. See what's going on. I think you were talking about old Vicky. Old Vicky Yohe over there. You know, old saved and sanctified Vicky. She's so pure. She's so holy. Evolve every Sunday. That's what happens over there at the Potter's house. Sarah done told them women strongholds are for strong women. Huh? Okay. It's going to be a battle of the sermons next sermon. Who you gonna watch? Well, he's coming on next Tuesday. He said he's doing Tuesday, so we're gonna have to check him out next Tuesday. See, he's Dick and Jane in this thing, Regina. He's easing into this. He's going to do well in Florida. Plenty of facilities in that area. Instant mega church. Florida is hungry for new and fresh, clean leadership. Let me tell you, I tell you, California needs something fresh. Really though, California really needs something fresh. Uh, let's see what else he has to say. It's almost done.
I want to talk about the word, and we're going to be in prayer. We're going to lift this thing here up. So until then, let's just call it a truce. Let's step back from the arguments, the going back and forth, and let's just pray. Let's stay together. And I promise you, when God gives me what the next move is, I am going to tell you. So until then, I love you. From my family to yours. Blessings.
And the thing about it, like he said, he's saying, let's call it a truth. And a truth. And at this time, that's all you can do. Fernandez, you're over there pouting like they say you're pouting like a spoiled brat. Because regardless of how, thank you so much, Londa. Why don't y'all put some color in this chat? Follow Londa's cue, everybody. And you can also do gifts. I think you can click the gift button too. What gets me is the same people in the congregation, amen, and the shouting when Fernandez spoke are the same ones that are probably got, they out. They go. Why did the church? They do it all the time. Sorry, that's just church folks' mental vibe. They over there was clapping and saying amen with Fernandez, and they're going to be gone in a month over there with Tudman. They're going to be gone in a month. Soon as the lights open in the sanctuary over there at the Tudman house. Florida real estate is expensive. It is. Lord, help him find a facility because it ain't cheap over there. Well, but when he, like somebody said, when he go live on Tuesday, he'll get some cash. He'll get a bunch of cash coming in on when he goes live. He'll be good. St. James Church of God of Christ, AMECB, California. Let's go listen here. I ain't got the time. I ain't got the time and the patience for church folk. Y'all so fickle. Y'all love me today and crucify me. Y'all treat me like Jesus. And you make me walk down with a cross. And you'll whip me on my back. Oh, I can feel the whips right now. Y'all just don't be right. Hit the like button, everybody. Double tap the screen for me. So listen, I mean, that's all we can do is kick back and check it out. But they say Fernandez is fit to be tied. But this is something that he decided. This is the decisions that he made. He says, trust him. Well, that's fine. But when you just say trust me, that's that church brain that they want. Trust me without any evidence, any proof, any explanation. Just trust me. You know, I've been here 34 years, but that you've been here 34 years, but you had to reach out to get somebody else to get to pick up your church, to get your church on a track that it seemed a little stagnant, or you know, you obviously wasn't ready to retire because you never took your hands off of anything. You know, he did a Paul Morton. He never took his hands off of anything. So I don't think it was about retirement for Fernandez. I think it really was just about increasing the numbers at his church, increasing the visibility. You know, like I said last week, using one of the new age, you know, millennials or what have you to for their influence. You're coming off of the realms of T.D. Jakes' church. And of course, T.D. Jakes said he had to go over there because he knew he had to give the church to Sarah and Torre. Do you think he should have come live to say anything when he didn't say much? Well, they were going to push him to say something. You know, he had to come say something, but yeah, he said absolutely nothing. Just trust him. King Saul jumps on Fernandez and he treated that man like King David. Yeah. Listen here. 10,000 of crab leg. That man crazy. Who was he feeding? Who were you feeding, David E. Taylor? Who are you feeding? You and Michelle over there rolling around in king crab legs and butter, lemon butter, garlic. That it was good. I know it was good, but doggone it. Yeah. But Fernandez, come here real quick. You're gonna be stuck over there with a whole bunch of your older saints. Hopefully they're the tithers. Send your non-tithers over there. Maybe the non-tithers are going over there with Tudman just for an emotional experience. But I don't know. I don't think it's gonna work out for them. Faith always had a thriving ministry. Maybe after COVID, the mega, yeah, but I think that's what it was. Collar. Everybody after the pandemic needed to rebuild, down even to the Potter's house. Everyone had to rebuild. There had to be a plan to get the people back to where it used to be. So I believe that's why he brought Tudman in. It wasn't thriving at the time. No one really was. So that was the key to get the people back in, creating that man as God's man for over a year and a half, only to fire him 3 months is asinine. Come on, Fernando, you better. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was God's set man. He was the best thing that ever happened to the Faith Center outside of Fernandez, and now he's you know chump. He's just crumbs. Mm. Now then, if it's gonna give me a nightmare, what the crab leg? Lemon butter and baby oil. My God. Ooh. Pray for Pastor Tubb, the woman in South. Ooh, and he already had a history of some problems out there. Have armor bearers and his wife. Let the armor bear. Them armor bearers, pink collar, like to take the crumbs from the table. Whatever the master doesn't eat. The armor bearers come right behind him and start lapping their lips. Let the armor bearers deal with that. Tudman, run, run. What they say, as fast as your feet will take you. Bishop Johnson used to say that all the time, Leah. I believe that he had a deal between him and T.D. Jakes to move him out the way for his son-in-law and his daughter. Well, well, yeah, I think that was a good way to give him a place to go. And I think that probably was a conversation that Jakes and Fernandez had. I believe, yes, Mr. Biggs. And I think we said something uh, to that whatever statement. Yeah, I wouldn't. I think that conversation happened. Yeah, because he knew he couldn't give it to Tudman. Tubman knew, and I think Tubman knew he wouldn't get it. He probably in the back of his mind, probably down there deep in the back, he probably thought he could. But in his frontal lobe, in his thinking, his actual ability to really think and put things together, that side of his brain knew that he would never be the pastor of Potter's house as long as the children were alive. Yeah. Yeah. The frontal Mary. Yes. Yeah. Saw his thousand, but Tubman had to come on now, Saw. Yes. So, man, it's just, but this is a cautionary tale. It really is. Something had to happen between these two. Insert Marvin Winans singing. The question is, yeah, something happened. Something happened. Regina, they get past the one church. Well, I know he had already given it to that lady though. Gonna boot the lady out? Then they gonna say the women discrimination? Can't boot the lady out there, pink collar. I don't know. It's the church for sale, and by the time Tubman can be in, the mysterious waiting. Well, never know. And Paul and the Morton. Yes, it's no different than Morton. Yeah, did this succession. Yep. And then one, and the son-in-law got to the daughter, and it was over. And Kingston said, "Yep, yep, yep, that's right. It happened right over there at Greater, whatever it is over there with Morton. Morton is one sly devil, though. That Morton, they like to get up at funerals and proclaim stuff. These daughters are putting their husband before doing what right for the ministry. These husbands are using their wives to get to their father-in-laws. Well, because everybody got an agenda. These people ain't pure in what they're doing. People got an agenda. And listen, everybody got to have a plan. Oh, you meant before appointing her? Huh? That would have been a really good thing, I think, for Los Angeles. I think that would have been a good thing. Like I said, we need some fresh wind in California. He knew, and after the Diddy scandal, it was ready. Well, that's kind of what I thought. Remember, we said that, Faith Love, when he got out of there. I said, "Boy, he getting out of there, ain't he?" We said that. They said he getting out of there. Why when that Diddy stuff, that scandal hit, Tudman packed his bag. He was on his way out, like he was trying to skeet skirt away just in case, just yeah, Greater Saint Stephen. That's what it was. I knew it was a great or something. But Tutman kind of got out of there right when that scandal started to hit. And there goes Cheryl Brady getting out of there and changing the name to the church. And everybody started running, heading for the hills. So I don't know. You said this is classic pastoria jealousy. I think it has, because, like I said, the deal was he wasn't. He felt that, and when he made that statement, and it's not about man, it's about Jesus. What are you saying there, Fernandez? What are you saying? It's really sad. But you're looking at a Tudman against a Fernandez. This Tudman guy, like Leah said, Leah wants to jump his bones. Leah wants to rub on him. She wants to rub his pets, and she wants to coddle him in the midnight hour. And she wants to do those kind of things. Nobody probably wanted to ever do that with Fernandez. So he's getting all this attention from everybody. So there could be some jealousy that arose even in that aspect. And then they spin it spiritually. Then they generally spin it spiritually. Yeah, 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 yeah. Joining one church. Looks like the April Neville's bounced. Oh, did she? Did April Neville's move to LA? So she'll be around there sniffing around one church. Thank you, Mary. Mary. See, Mary is giving gifts. Y'all follow suit. I like to see them gifts pop up. Oh, is she over there at one church? She's in LA now? What's she doing in LA though? Like, is she trying to be a movie star? Maybe she's just. Let me see. Let me look up one church, LA, and see who was over there doing the music Sunday. One church. Was she over there? Los Angeles. Past Dr. Anita Phillips. That's her name. Let's see. Oh, let's turn that down. Let's turn that down. No, 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 none of that African stuff. Let me see. Let me see who's singing. That's a guy singing. That's a guy. Is she coming up? Is that Aaron? Okay. Let me see. Who is that? Is that April? Mm. Well, she ain't there yet. Y'all join Patreon. There is the link right there. Londa just put it in the. We did a Patreon last night, so you want to check that out. We had a good time. Let me tell you, Courtney is like my ex-wife. Can I get off the? Can I go to sleep now? Huh? Can I go to sleep? I listened to your day. I listened to it. Oh, Torre preached. Oh, that was 9 months ago. What am I looking at? That's 9 months ago. They ain't been live on YouTube in 9 months. That was when Torre and them were there. Oh, this was a day ago. Okay. But that's just her preaching. So I don't know who did the worship. I used to be like, "Ooh, can I go to sleep? Can I? I heard. Yeah, you cussed everybody out at work. You don't like her. Okay, gotcha. Ooh, but can I just rest my eyes? Can I just go to sleep?" And you say, "Well, no, no, wait a minute. I got something else to tell you. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me tell you this." Oh, you gave me nightmares, Courtney. You drew me back in to what I used to deal with. Oh, but I didn't mind. You listen to people. You want people to listen to you. You listen to people. No, no, but we had a great conversation last night. It was a great Patreon live. So if you're not a Patreon member, you might want to pop in there. It's only $5 a month. You may want to pop on over there to get some additional in entertainment. Oh yes, yes, you may. Hey, what's up, Open Book? Yeah. So I was trying to figure out, but that's interesting that you. Yeah, I didn't know April Neville's moved to Los Angeles. Yeah, but yeah. Yeah, it was good. Yeah, so I don't know everybody. We're still and I think at this point when he says, let's call it a truce. And I think that's what it should be. I don't think there needs to be any more talk about the the other on each side. I think people need to just move in their own ministries. Just move. Listen, Fernandez is over there running crazy, posting 50 million times and doing Bible studies. And it's really crazy for someone who was trying to turn it over. It just never seemed like he ever wanted to turn anything over. And it makes us draw a conclusion that you use this man for the gifting that he had to attract people. It makes us consider that. Sorry. They can give Sarah a scholarship. You try to put Sarah back in Bible college? Yes, we do love it, Courtney. Thank you, Princess. Can we have an intermission and play the birthday song for my birthday today? Oh my goodness, happy birthday. Happy birthday. I don't think I have it on my not on StreamYard a lot, Princess, but we got you. We got you. We definitely got you. I appreciate you. And I hope you had a wonderful birth. What did you do for your birthday today? Let's put some birthday in the chat for Princess. I think he did what he did want to turn it over. They fell out about vision. My opinion, Truman, you said Truman, but it's Tudman, has a plan and a way to get it done. Yeah, yeah. He don't need to take him to court, but he don't need no court. They don't need no court. Ain't nobody taking nobody to court. Go to your own churches and figure it out. Figure it out. At this point, you go to your own churches and figure it out. I'm still trying to understand why I did for Fernandez. Y'all saying Hernandez take on Bishop Ray's when he could have just made with Tummy to take over that. Oh, that's true because Bishop Ray just passed. Beautiful campus in West Palm Beach. Well, we never know. You never know what may come about. Palm Beach is nice. Maybe Tudman can go slip over there. Who knows? Spa, food, rested because weather was pretty bad today in Miami. Oh, yeah, it was lightning. When I was going to work at 6 this morning, it was lightning here. I was like, wow, that's weird. But I'm glad sounds like you had a wonderful birthday. Really sounds like you did. Yeah. I am going to go tomorrow. I'm going to go to LA, everybody. I'm going to go to the premiere of Ruth and Boaz. All right. I'm going to go to the premiere in Los Angeles of Ruth and Boaz. And then there's going to be a question and answer portion with Devon Franklin. So that should be great. It would be great if they surprised us with Tyler Perry walking up in there tomorrow, since Devon Franklin and Tyler Perry are the producers of the new Netflix series Ruth and Boaz. Yeah, so it's premiering tomorrow in Los Angeles. Yeah. I'm like, come on, Tyler. Come on, show up, Tyler. Shock us. Shock the media. Shock us. So yeah, I said, I think I'll go. I got the invitation. So I'm like, yeah, I think I'm a little sniffles. I got the sniffles. I got the sniffles, y'all. I don't think I should be around people like that. Well, I don't think I should be around government people. Mm-mm. That's what it is. And the pastor of the church happened, the pastor took over my former pastor and tried to hold on to the reign, pound everything. He let the new pastor do his thing. Well, when there's a proper agreement, if I was Fernandez, I would put myself in a position where I would still get a nice sizable amount of money because I did found the church, each month, and I would want to push the person to success. So I would be able to, rest in my labor, you know, or from my labor. But some people, two churches listed open for a pastor today in Hallandale, Florida, which is about 20 minutes from Fort Lauderdale. Okay. But again, I don't know if I'd walk into anybody else's church. I would be traumatized if I was Tudman at this point. I don't think I would walk into anybody else's church. I think I would ask the Lord to give me the wisdom to build my own ministry and put the proper people around. Talk to Bishop Jakes, talk to Bishop, the other people that can, mentor you. Stop walking into these people's churches who could just snatch it from you at any given moment. Just stop doing it. Yeah. Just be there for advice and support when needed. Yeah, if that's the case. That's what I'm saying. That's what I would do if I was in Fernandez's place. I would want him to be very successful, you know, his success is my success. Yeah, yes, be a founder next time. Don't be don't be a successor. Be a founder. Let's get these millies out here music. Listen here. It seems like that's what's going on, Leah. It seems that's what's going on. Uh, hmm Is that what happened to Brandon J? You said that's what happened to Brandon J. What happened to Brandon Jacobs? Tell me that, Courtney. I don't know if I know that story. Because he's in Indianapolis, right? Brandon, I believe he is. Let me see. You can't really go off of nepotism. You can't really go off of children taking the reins. You have to think back what has happened with other people, outsiders coming in. How would they be? Just like that, like I said, that when Neil Ellis said he was stepping down. Did anybody ever take over Neil Ellis's church in the Bahamas again? Because the guy he kicked out after a while. He did a Tudman on him, but I never heard about him getting somebody else with Bishop Neil Ellis's church in the Bahamas. He was at a church and the pastor kicked him out. He started his own church after that. Good. That good. I'm glad he did because you can't keep going through that. I wouldn't put myself and my family through those heartaches. Have you been in Foursquare Church, Sister Amy McPherson? I haven't. I really never. Only thing I knew about Foursquare, I knew Clarence McClendon and them used to be Foursquare, but I never knew much about Foursquare. And that's the abbreviated. Oh, I believe there was probably way more to it. Yeah, yeah. So did Neil Ellis get anybody else in his church? They all want to retire until they don't. Is Neil Ellis still pastoring his church in Bahamas? Or did he get somebody else after he kicked the guy out? That's what I want to know. We'd love to see what the contract outlined for Tudman. Boy, wouldn't we all? I don't think we'll ever see that. I don't think we'll ever get a chance to see that. If you'd like to support the program, everybody, it is pinned in the chat. Your different ways to support outside of your click and your view. But I tell you, if you a lot of y'all, if I can get at least 100 likes on this particular video, that would be even more. We only have 37. Can I get you to hit the like button or just double tap the screen and that's the like? Bishop Neil's brother took it over. Okay. Okay, thank you, K82. Okay, I was wondering. Now, did he kick the man out for his brother to take over? Well, I tell you, these people are tricky now. You headed to the gym. It's 5:38 a.m. here. Wow, it's early. It is early. You must be out of the country somewhere. Yeah, he has a so his brother Neil and the Mortons were buddies at one time. Boy, wasn't they? That's didn't Morton fall out of his church that time and had that nervous breakdown? That's what another content creator said. I've never seen any proof of it, but Pastor Vernon, he took over a traditional Christian church, runs out the word in Akron. Okay. From my experience, whenever the founder comes back and takes over after resigning, the churches are never, they aren't. They aren't. Mm-mm. So you said that pastor left, but I think he probably left under duress, huh? He probably, I remember there was an issue and he went and started the church down the street, didn't he? Yeah, not too far. Do you think there was an NDA? I'm sure there was. I'm sure there was. So I don't think we're ever going to figure out what really happened. All they have left was us with speculation. Experiencing church fatigue. These ninjas are exhausting. That's why I can't do it. That's why it's hard for me to get back connected like that, Leah. I go when I go. Every now and then I'll do praise and worship at a church or something, but I can't get. I can't do like you doing, Leah. I did that for too many years. Because it really makes you hate people. It makes you dread going to church. And I when I started to dread going to church, I knew that I wasn't going to church for the right reasons. I was just going out of obligation. I wasn't going out of relationship with Christ. I really wasn't. And if you're going to go to church just because it's something that you're used to doing or you're getting paid to do it and you don't have any relationship, it's cool to get paid and have a relationship too. That's wonderful. I think every good artist, every good musician deserves to be compensated for their time and their gift because we've worked so hard to sharpen them and cultivate them. you know we've all done reasonable service already. Okay, reasonable service has been met. Now it's time for the next phase. But when you get to a point where you're hating to go, you have to check yourself to any church because none of them are true. Well, that's your opinion. Response was fatigue, screams. Okay, let me see what else did I miss. Oh, I didn't miss nothing else. Okay, all right. Yeah, so you just have to really make sure because when it starts being an obligation, I think it's probably time for you to go. It's amazing how each new day there is a scandal after scandal coming out of these churches, but these ridiculous pastors continue to blame YouTube content creators as if they had fault. Yeah, we're the ones because we're talking about it. We're bringing light to things because back in the day when I was growing up, mental vibes, there wasn't no social media like this. And the pastors was cutting the f up. Okay, I didn't find that out till I got grown to figure out what my pastor and what other pastors were actually doing. Why this person left the church? Why that happened? And why this happened? It all started to come together. But had we had social media back then, it wouldn't have been any different. But they're pissed off now that we have social media and things get out and we talk about it now and we bring light to it. And it brings it makes them have to be accountable for their actions. The grapevine, you didn't know. Yeah, you had to be in the deep grapevine. You had to be in the good gossip section, honey love. You had to really be in the know, to really figure out what's going on. Yeah, they acted a plum fool, Londa. So it's no different. It's absolutely no different. Things, we wouldn't have all these still babies out of wedlock. We wouldn't have people popping up at funerals talking about he my daddy too. Years later, all that stuff was still going on. We just didn't have loudmouth commentators and bloggers like myself to talk about it. That's all. Social media shining past is worth. Yeah, they hate it. And I was really light on Marvin Winans. I Because I like Marvin Winans, but Marvin Winans is really going through a tough time physically right now and with his health. And I don't want to, bash him, but this Winans Neverland is crazy to me. And it's crazy how people are sitting over there still giving money to something that probably, when it's even done, it still won't be done, you know. But it is what it is. Working in the church and being in leadership will make you want to stay home as well. Yes, I've been there. Yeah. This wine is Neverland. That stuff ain't being that stuff ain't being built. But yeah. So Leah, you just have to, and everybody who's working in ministry, you have to it's that's why it's so important to take vacations. You have to go. You have to not show up on a Sunday, and you have to put it in your contract, Leah, where you have a Sunday off every quarter, every 2 months, or at least every quarter. You have a Sunday off with pay. You not don't pimp me out just because I'm not, there every no, with pay. So you can have a time to decompress. You need to put in your contracts where you are able to go to a conference, a music conference each year that the church will pay for. If they want the best, they have to send you to the best to be, you know, empowered. Mhm. Mm. You took him off. Him and the disciples got in the boat and went on the others. Yeah, even Jesus said, "Let's go fishing. Let's get from these folks and let's go fit." It's relaxing. It's good. It's relaxing. Yeah. Yes, it has to be mandatory. You will lose it. Yeah. So yeah, don't walk into churches anymore. Musicians, music people, and choir directors, worship leaders, music directors, ministers. I mean, all y'all, don't walk in. Stop walking in the churches blind. Walk in the churches with wisdom. Know that you will be tired. Know that you will need to decompress sometimes. Put in your contracts, I need a Sunday, a weekend every quarter that I will still be paid, but I need to decompress every quarter at least. If they can't give it to you, I used to do mine like on fifth Sundays because you get some about 3 or 4 or whatever fifth Sundays in a year. Fifth Sundays, I would call in one of my friends from the city, and like usually I'll make it a woman's day or something, woman's choir. Come on in, sister. Calling Gwen Amy or somebody, and you have her come in and do the choir for the fifth. And now you off doing something else for the weekend, decompressing. Not you taking your mind off of these hellions that you have to deal with. Some of them are nice, but there's a lot of hellions, especially when you're dealing with singing. What's up, Eric? Singers. I currently get third Sundays off. And boy, yes, you have to do it. You have to make sure and put in there. You need to go to a conference too, Leah. You need to go to a conference every year. Yeah, they're not just conferences for the pastors. There's more conferences. Everybody needs a conference. It's like Music and Arts Global. I think people ought to music folks need to meet us out of the country. I would put that in my contract. Churches have sent me to GMWA. Churches would send me to my own. Well, I was affiliated with Edwin Hawkins Music and Arts. I would have my church that I was working with at the time. You guys are sending me. You're paying for my paying ticket. You paying for my registration and giving me a per diem. I didn't like nickel and dime them, but those particular things I allowed the church to pay for because listen, I am going off to come back and to empower our music department a little bit better. Yeah. Everyone in leadership needs balance and a break. Yes. Because if you don't get it, pink collar, you will break. If you don't get a break, you will 100% break. And a lot of times, everybody, it's not just about a break in emotions or just being tired. Sometimes you break in sin. Sometimes you break in sin. because you are such on a regular routine that has drawn you away from your relationship with God, that the outlet that you choose is sin. And you go skip and you go dip and you go lip and you go lap. And now you've created a whole nother problem. So I'm telling you, it's important to decompress and not feel guilty about it. And not feel guilty. I was at a church admin pastor EA for years, and if you don't get a break, you will start to resent working in ministry. You will. And then you start feeling guilty about it, Chantel. You start thinking like you're getting further from God. You're not saved anymore. You have a reprobate mind. You start, the devil will play tricks on you all the time. All the time he will. Information that you are providing would be a very good in your book, maybe even a standard contract example. Yes, thank you. Yes, Manisha Robinson. Yes, yeah, and those are the types of things I will have in my book, because it will be the gospel according to Saint James. Yeah, and break down my life as as an artist, as a musician and singer and choir director, and then throw in what I did wrong, what I should have did, what you can do. You know, I know I have been in a long time. That's good. You are not getting the word either, because you spend. Yeah, you're not getting the word that you need, because you don't get a chance to really sit down, and you are really kind of doing things, just to keep the church alive. And when you don't get a chance to operate in the body of the church house, you fall into sin at times. Yes. Yeah. Because you're operating, but you're operating out of, just routine, and because you're serving the man of God or the woman of God, and you have to please them. You have to, you know. So it's just important to have balance, y'all. Somebody type balance in the chat. Balance. Let's everybody type balance. You have to have it. I've been working with the gospel singing saints. With gospel singing saints is, yeah. Pastor took a month off and came back looking good and refreshed. I used to be a member of a church. I mean, the choir director of a church here, where the pastor took off, and he still does it to this day. He takes off every July. Every July, he's off. And I started thinking about that. I'm like, if the pastor can take off a full month in a year to decompress, to rejuvenate, why in the world wouldn't the music director do the same thing? That's crazy. And I started to, and I always said, you guys can't just take that as yes, the pastor goes through a lot and has to deal with more. But let me tell you, getting up in front of a church every Sunday, twice a Sunday, whether you're doing two services, that's a lot. That's a lot. Making sure that you're meeting the needs of the body of Christ, especially when it's a non denominational setting where you have a lot of different styles of people that have grown up in different styles of music. Making sure that people are getting needs met at least once a week. If you're AME, if you're Baptist, if you're Pentecostal, you're making sure that the balance is there. That is a lot of work if you're a good music minister. If you don't give a darn, just sing every praise every Sunday. Got those music directors too. Oh, how excellent for the choir. Sing how excellent. What are we doing today? How excellent. Of course we are. Mental breaks are needed in general, whether church, personal, employment. Yes. I guess 3 personal days a month. I use them. Yeah. Use your days. I'm like, what you saving them for? You slip out of here and die. What they gonna do with them days? Your folks is going to spin them quickly. This is so great. I've been a musician since the age of 8, and sometimes I feel burnt out. You will be burnt out, Dion. You have to think about your burnout. Why am I burnout? What can I do to prevent burnout? What kind of balance can I get in my life, Joyce, that will prevent burnout or ease my burnout? There's always pressure in ministry, but there shouldn't be so much pressure where you're burnt out and you're ready to quit. That means you have not taken the proper steps to balance your mental. God don't want you to be stressed out over ministry. That's crazy. A pastor like there and it like that, and good. He should be off every. I like that off. He was off a whole month. I couldn't take off a month. That would be extremely challenging for you. Well, I'm talking about as a pastor. You should be such a great leader as a pastor where your ministers and your assistants should be when the church goes to hell when the pastor's not there. That is bad leadership. And if the church can't get any good word if the pastor is not there, that is bad leadership. Whether you haven't cultivated the people, the ministers in your church to take over, or you need to go and ask friends in your community of fly some people in and do something that will keep your church flowing while you're gone. Just like I wouldn't bring anybody who couldn't bring the music like I bring the music if I'm out. No, I can't. I can't bring you. This style, your style is not going to work here at this church. So yeah, I don't know about it. May be challenging for you, and I wouldn't. As a minister of music, I don't think I would take a month off, but I definitely would take a Sunday off every quarter or fifth Sundays or something like that. Yeah, hit that like button, everybody. Double tap the screen. We should have 100 likes. We only have 50. Y'all just refuse. Stiff neck. Mm. Dr. Johnny James, though. Oh, I remember the Walking Bible. Doctor, what you know, Chantel? Chantel must be PAW. You PAW, ain't you, Chantel? Johnny James, I loved him. Oh, yeah. Who said that? Oh, Shardy Shark said Johnny James. He used to, when I was a kid, he came to my church in Bethesda here in Fresno. Well, I was a teenager, but yeah, I remember Dr. Johnny James. I remember who was the white man? He used to be the presiding bishop of the PAW. He was white. What was his name, y'all? I know Shardy probably know. Y'all remember his name? Yeah, my church provides free yoga sessions twice a month for members as well as therapy session with a licensed therapist. My pastor is big on mental health and your general health. Yes, that is great. And it's good that he's not um, allowing people to say yoga is some kind of weird something. The people have said that too. Oh, born and raised. Okay, okay. What church you out of, Chantel? Bishop Ross Paddock. There you go, Shardy. Shardy be knowing his stuff. There you go, Paddock. Bishop Ross Paddock. I remember he came to our church, and he was. I was like, who this white man? But he was knowledgeable, and he started tuning up a little bit. And he was old then too, but he was good. Bishop Ross Paddock. He was a founder of Christ Temple of Kalamazoo. Okay, okay. Yeah, I never knew where he was, where he come out of. Somebody just did a heart on the screen. I like that too. Y'all can do hearts. Thank you. Make sure you hit that double tap that screen for me. But yeah, I mean, all this stuff, it all leads to you have to do balance everybody. And Tudman, I hope Tudman takes this time not to just be so not to be so antsy and so quick to move. I really hope what he's saying is what he's actually doing. You're praying, you're figuring it out, getting some godly wisdom. You're not being too hasty just to start a church. Start having Bible studies online. Start building that. Just stop. Stop. Don't worry about a building so quick. Maybe you need to just do one service a month until you figure something out. One service somewhere till you figure something out. Thank you for those floating hearts, Dion. Odell Green, Bishop Odell Green. That sounds familiar to me too, Sherry or Cherie. I'm in Arizona as well. Oh, you're in Arizona too. Okay. Oh, Pentecostal Mountains. Okay. First Pentecostal Church, Phoenix. My pastor, I don't know if I probably told you this, but Mother Price family come out of Phoenix. I think they came out of Phoenix, the Eddings. Remember the Eddings? I think there was a church. I think her brother had a church or somebody had a church in Phoenix. Eddings. Yeah, if I don't know. I have to check that out. Oh, I gotta figure out what they doing over there in San Jose. What y'all doing in San Jose? I'm not hearing no good stuff coming out of there. Ooh, I'm trying to lay low because that's my people. But ooh, what are y'all doing in San Jose? I'm gonna be look at they showing pictures of him healing people on the Faith Center Facebook page. Now he's healing folk. Boy, they are propping Fernandez up. Bible study tomorrow, 7:30, virtual and in person. They showing all these clips. Ooh, Jesus. This is very funny for somebody who was ready to retire. That man wasn't no more ready to retire than me. Then I'm ready to retire. Retire. Also, as Pastor said, needs to create him a launch team so we start his church. We can start it off right. Yeah. Don't be too hasty with this. Don't be hasty. Yeah. I heard of first. Yes, you did. My pastor and first lady were siblings. Okay, okay, gotcha. I thought I had mentioned it. I thought I mentioned that. Now that you say that, I remember you told me where you were in Phoenix. Me and my friends are trying to get to Scottsdale, Chantel. We love a good Scottsdale resort to hang out and relax. That'd be perfect place to do a weekend in Scottsdale. Just relax. Hmm. That's embarrassing. Listen, they are working him like a slave over there. They trying to pump him up. Tudman should just stay online, especially after he's been, yeah, point to have a competent ministry team so the pastor, ministry of music, praise team, etc., can have time off. Yes, if there's no time off, there will be burnout. Burnout, sin, burnout and sin go together, Pat Smith. Burnout and sin goes right on to that. It fits together like a glove. Oh, yes, it does. Burnout and sin. Mm. You have to have competent, as Pat says, excellence. Strive for excellence, not mediocre worship, excellent worship from the beginning, from people walking in the door to leaving and shaking the pastor's hand in the back. Excellent worship. He had no plans to retire. He was desperate for new members and needed someone to bring them in. He used Tubman, in my opinion. That's what people are saying. It was the whole pandemic issue. Churches down during the pandemic. How can we pick this thing back up to where we used to be? Waukee. I never even heard of that. A Waukee. Never even heard of that. He wants to ride the momentum wave if he was able to have 1,100 join, so he can't wait. Well, you think so? But is it well? I mean, there's pros and cons to both of that. That either way, you know, does he does he wait and possibly lose what he's built at the Faith Center? Or does he get right to it? Pink collar? I don't know. I see they took down all the Tutman sermons. Boy, you better believe they did. Stripped that bad boy, stripped it right on down, and put up sermons of Fernandez. And it just shows you that they are in recovery mode. They are in a mode where they know that possibly this has damaging effect to the church. So he is like doing everything over there on their social media. Everything. I saw someone in the church was debt prior to Tubman being there. Well, that's interesting too, Clara Dennis. Now that he done got some money in the bank, and now they gonna kick him out. That what you saying, Clara? Awatuki. Okay, Awatuki. Awatuki. Gotcha. Never heard of it before. Also in that area, the how church, a cool church, really take over the city. Listen here again. You walking in the church, and then nowadays you can't even walk into a Baptist church that's ran by deacons and trustees. They'll kick you out too. They'll kick you right on out. And these people that really think that the founders are going to not really relinquished. They got to be having a diagnosis of you're gonna die in about 3 months. They may really turn the church over to you then. But if they ain't got no diagnoses, they're not going nowhere. Fernandez is preaching and running around and running his mouth over there on social media like he's 32 years old. Man ain't going nowhere. Clara said he over there, he had him paying the rent. They was behind in some bills. So Clara said, agree, but he is not new to ministry. I say by January he will be running full force. Okay. I'm not scared. I'm not that date, that January sounds good to me. That January sounds good to me. Yeah. 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 So listen, they told me Fernandez over there pissed off. Be mad at yourself. You said you and the executive board said this was the best move for the church, and they need to trust you because you've been there 34 years, and you give them no other reason. You like Jesus. Just trust me. Y'all gotta watch. His son is also a preacher. What's the son's name? Let's pull him up. I heard that. So you think he gonna get his church over to the son? Eric, oh Eric, you got another flyer. We're gonna be in Chicago on the 27th of September, celebrating with Eric Maurice Clark and Gospel Diaries. What's his name? Why he didn't give the church to his son? His son didn't have the reputation in the pool like Tudman had. Courtney, they had to pay some bills. What happens when he decides to give it away again? Well, he probably will. The Baptist church not that quick to kick it. No, 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 no. See, they go through a lot. There's a lot of sessions. You know, they have some cuss out sessions, and the pastor gets right up in the next Sunday after he cussed the whole board out and he preaches. That's just how the Baptists do. Tubman launches on okay, and I should have retired 10 years ago. What's the name of this preacher? This man's Fernandez. What's the name of his son? What is it? Oh, that ain't him. Oh no, that ain't him. Uh-uh. Sheila Roberts, you in San Diego? Shaka? No, that ain't his name. Is oh no, that ain't Shaka. Shaka Fernandez. Oh no, that's not him either. Let me look in here. I know how to find people. Fernandez. Fernandez. Hmm. Is his name Sean? What is this? Henry? Is it Henry Jr.? Oh, that's his podcast. Oh, Henry Fernandez got a podcast. Oh, he got a podcast too. Brad Paisley. Sing Brad Paisley. What are you talking about? Oh, man, to go into members only. They trickling in. I'm trying to find the Fernandez's son. Somebody will put it in the comments later. Yeah, okay. That beautiful day was one of my sons, Elijah. Oh, he got a son, Elijah. See, y'all double tap the screen. We need about 48 more likes. That's him. Is that Fernandez? Oh, that don't look like him. Brad. Oh, that's his son. Brad. Where he got that last name from? Where he get that last name from? Brad Paisley. That's a white man. Oh no, I said Bede. Let me do Brad. His mama. Paisley. I don't know. All I see is some country and western man named Brad Paisley. I don't think we've been tricked, Courtney. I think they tricking us in the chat. I know he got a son, but I don't know who he is. Yeah, yeah. So I knew they was getting me. I knew they was getting me because I sure looked at Brad. Paisley. People love to come in your chat and get the 30 seconds of fame. Well, you're out. They booted you. They booted you out of here. Go laugh at that. his son is young. Yeah, because I think that, I don't know. I don't know. The proud parents of two sons. That's what I thought. Elijah, Jane, and Sean. Say, I don't. Are they young, right? They not ready to do no. There he is, Sean Fernandez. Well, he's college age. He's graduated from college. You was trying to wait. Okay. Son went to Baylor. Mm-hmm. He's look like he graduated from Baylor College. That's the Sean one. They are young. Yeah, I don't think they would be taking over no church. By the time they get ready to take over church, Daddy be uh-uh. Daddy he don't need to do that. Elijah Zane, Elijah Fernandez. Let me see if he Fernandez. Fernandez. No, they too young. No, they ain't taking on no churches. Uh-uh. So I don't know that. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. No, I think Claire hit it. That there may have been some debts that needed. You paid a debt. Did not owe. I owed a debt. I could not pay. I needed Tudman to wash my sins away. And now I sing a brand new song. Amazing Grace. We booted him out. Oh, Dr. Joel Tubman paid a debt that I could never pay. Oh, Fernandez is singing. Tubman paid a debt I really owed, and I owed a debt I couldn't pay. I needed Jakes and Tubman to conjure up a scheme and wash my debt away. Oh, Lord, oh, now I sing a brand new song. Amazing Grace, we're debt free. Oh, Joel Tubman paid a debt that I could never pay. Oh God, oh God. Oh Tubman, they used you. We gonna hang our hat on that. We gonna hang our hat up. They don't give us no. They don't want to give us no explanation. We gonna just come to the conclusion that Tubman was used and abused, mistreated, talked about, buked, scored. Where's Vicky Winans at? Somebody go get Vicky. Tell her to get off them pills and come talk to us for just about 30 minutes. Where you at, Vicky White? Who do you think Jakes and Fernandez had a conversation after the firing? Well, if I know Jakes definitely called him. I'm sure Jakes definitely called him. If I know Jakes, I'm sure he did. But when you got egos running around, it ain't like that people gonna listen. They don't care. They don't really care at that point. And my thing is, there's no going back. There's no going back for Tubman. I wouldn't step back foot in Faith Center. Mm-mm. Mm-hmm. She too loopy. Yeah, she too loopy. Oh, Vicky. She be like she on whiskey or something. I don't know what the problem. I don't know what's the matter with Vicky White. Teeth is white though. Good teeth. Had a crest smile. She's always had a good crest smile. One thing she ain't gonna do is go over there and give Marvin no money. She ain't getting no money though. Sorry. Mm-mm. You get that on sacrificial Sunday on October 19th from them people. Tell them give you 1,000 plus one. Mm. And when I found out what I found out yesterday, I even know why even more he's pushing this building. Mm, mm, mm. It's sad. It's sad. It's really sad. And he gonna lead this building for them people to deal with. Who's gonna pastor perfecting church and to the point where the membership grows and they have to sustain this Winans land. That's going to be a lot to sustain. Hmm. Mm. I don't know. I don't know what they. I ain't telling nothing, Courtney. Stand down. Yeah, Leah. We'll have to go to dinner. Talk about some things. Yeah, but I tell you, it is. Mm, mm, mm. All I can do is say, well, Lord, whatever your will is, thy will be done. Mm. What's up, Darla? You at work working hard, huh? Make that tithes and offering. They gonna need it from you. 1,000 plus one. They want 2 grand on the 19th, honey love. 2 grand. Tell me should go to New Birth and help out Jamal. What kind of help Jamal need? Jamal don't need no help. Jamal over there kicking it. And you know he's on. I looked up in the what was I at? Somewhere and Jamal was sitting on. Oh, we was. I went to. We went on a hike yesterday. Lord, I thought my feet was gonna come up. I thought I lost my feet yesterday. I thought I lost my legs yesterday, y'all. I thought I died. I thought I was going. I was real up in the elevations, about 3,000 feet up, and I thought I was gonna see Jesus because my the cramps in my legs. They about to take. They about took me out. Now, I did not fall, I didn't tumble, but I told my friends, if I fall, pull out your cameras. Everything is content. I said, you record me falling, if that's the case. But we went on a hike at the Sierra National Forest. And when I tell you on the way back from that hour, it's an hour there and an hour back. About midway, my calves say, I told you to sit your behind down. And I ignored him. And I kept drinking water and I kept on going. I kept pressing. I kept pressing. Oh, and I tell you, I almost let go, as Kurt Carr said. I felt like I just couldn't take life anymore. Ooh, my calves had me bound, and the depression weighed me down. Oh God. Oh, and I was in a state of depression for about 30 minutes. Because I said, Lord, you didn't bring me this far to leave me. If they gotta helicopter me out of this forest, if they gotta drop the ladder down of these trees to get my behind up out of this forest, oh God, it's gonna be embarrassing. Ooh, my foot almost slipped, but one for the mercy of God, I was able to walk up out of that forest, out that hike. Ooh. But I think my issue is I think I need a shorter hike. My friend told me, y'all, no, you just keep going until you master it. I said, listen here, save your scriptures. Save all that I can do all things through. Save it all. Save it all. Save it. God has given me wisdom. Ooh, when I've gone the last mile of the way, and let me tell you, I thought it was over for St. James. Thought it was over. Oh, but I made it through, Leah. I saw that billboard too. It says Sweet James. It's when you go into the Bay Area, huh? Is it Sweet James attorney or something like that? It says Sweet James. I see that mess. That was a hoot. I thought that was. I was gonna take a picture. I was gonna actually get out Lee and take a picture of that mess. It says Sweet James. I thought that was funny as I don't know what. Oh, but I made it, y'all. I made it. Made it to the waterfalls and all that good stuff. Oh God. But I thought I wasn't gonna make it. And I went and because last time I didn't have the right shoes. So I found a sale on some shoes. And there was Coach shoes, like Coach. Now they're destroyed now, but good thing I got them for cheap. But I told the Lord I need some, and I went to the mall and I found some Coach, like gym shoes or tennis shoes or whatever, whatever y'all call them. And they're now destroyed, due to the force and the hike. But they helped me out. But I don't think there was anything helping out these calves. Oh, God is good. I know. I think I was doing too much, Captain Bow. But we did it last year. I pulled up the videos and stuff. It was July of last year. We did the same hike. And like I said, Mike, I last year I actually fell because I cramped up. I cramped and I couldn't get my footing. And it was down goes Frazier. Yes, it was. And my friends over there snickering. I said, God is gonna fight for me. And he's going to strike y'all down just for me. Oh, yes, he is. Because you laughed at the prophet. Oh, yes, you did. Oh, but this year I didn't fall. I didn't fall on yesterday. But we were like, okay, we went to had a little breakfast, up there near it. And Leah, we went to Oakhurst. You go up there, we went to Oakhurst, had a little breakfast, had my little protein and stuff. I said that was probably the issue last time. We didn't really, we didn't have anything in us, and we just going up there, going on a freaking hike. And so we did a little breakfast and got plenty of water and everything. But it just on the way back, I was great going and halfway coming back because we did like two hikes. One of the hikes was to one of the waterfalls, and it was like 20 minutes going and then 20 minutes coming back. So that little hike was fine. But it was the other one that we did that was an hour going and an hour coming back. About half that coming back, shoot, woo, Lee, I was destroyed. Mm. But I made it through. Oh, I made it through. Mm. I guess I need. I don't know what kind of shoes I need. I want to go next time. Let me tell you. Listen, we went to Ducey's, up in Bass Lake for lunch afterwards, and the waitress was telling us about another smaller hike that me and one of my friends was like, we doing that, and we ignoring our other friend because our friend tricked us. He said, "Do y'all want to go on a hike on Monday?" And I thought it was a different hike. It was the same freaking hike we did last year. We both would have told him no. Oh, but we got it this time. Next time we're gonna go on that smaller hike. So I'll let you know, Leah. We're going that smaller one. Yeah, Red Wings. I need the Red Wings. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna go on the short. Yeah, we all going on the shorter one. Listen here, I ain't got nothing to prove to nobody. Okay. First of all, I'm not even. Then they talking about going camping. I said we can go up to Yosemite and get a cabin. You ain't sleeping in no tent. You sick in your head? Absolutely not. You can camp out at the Waldorf Astoria. I ain't camping in no camp outside and and we was coming back, Lee, and we saw a deer run across the road. I said, and that's the mild animals. Just wait who's ready. Ooh, they would see me and say, the bear would say, buffet. I'm a whole Rio Grande buffet in Vegas for them bears. Absolutely not. Mm-mm. No golden corral over here, bear. Mm-mm. Going out sleeping outside, no tent. That lady swinging. These fat legs were made for swinging, not tighting. Let me tell you, swinging. What are you? Where they swinging at, Leah? Oh, the Saints, God, the Saints. Mm. Sound like you using Yosemite. Yeah, we was close to Yosemite, but we probably need to go up to into Yosemite. We thought we were going to one in Yosemite, and we stopped at Sierra National Forest. That's before you get into Yosemite. And I said, this is the same mess that almost took my life a year ago, and you brought me back to the crime scene. Mm. Mm, mm. I said, "Oh God." Mm. They have a nice lodge. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Yosemite got nice lodges up there. Even Tenaya Lodge and some other lodges. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. They got nice lodges up there. I don't mind going up there if I'm gonna go to a lodge. You know, we walking and I'm hearing zzz, and I think it's a snake and the leaves are rustling and the squirrels is climbing. I'm like, ooh, my nerves are bad. My nerves are real, 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 real bad. One of my friends goes up there by himself and does hikes. I said, "Oh, you got a death wish." I wouldn't go up that mess by myself. He said, "Well, other people were walking around. I need somebody behind me and somebody in front of me. I need y'all to take the brunt. Cover the prophet. I need y'all to cover me. I need my armor bearers, and one in front and one in back. That's what I need. I'm going out there by myself." And it's so funny because out there, it's a lot of foreigners, from all around the world. They come to Yosemite and they come to Sierra and the redwoods and stuff like that. So I live right in all up in that. So yeah, hmm yeah. He be out there hiking alone. I mean, you crazy in your head. I wish I would go out there and hike alone, please. But one thing you definitely have to. We left. They all came to my house and we left at 8 o'clock. Well, it was a little late. I was a little late getting the late start. And they was actually on time. So we left because last time we went, we got there too late. And freaking it was July. Remember last time it was like 4th of July weekend and we went. And it was really hot. You have to like start off really, really early because it gets so hot. And I think it got to like 102 or something on Saturday or Monday yesterday. So it was real kind of hot. And you want to be done. You really should be done with your hike by like noon or something like that. You really should be done with the hike because after that, you're going into hell territory. You really are. You have to practice that. Well, and the thing about it, check this out, everybody. On Saturday, was it Saturday? Yeah, on Saturday, I did a 14-mile ride in Woodward Park. I rode from my house, honey love, to Woodward Park, and what's that noise? Like I heard a telephone. Ain't nobody here right now. What am I? Lord Jesus, is that you? Um, so I rode my bike from my house, and I live near Van Ness Extension. You know where that is, honey love. And I rode from Van Ness all the way to Woodward Park and did the entire trail pretty much. Well, I went to Copper River. The Copper River sign right there on Friant and back. So that was like 14 miles. And I didn't have any problems with my calves or anything. And of course, it's because of different type of pressure on your legs. And I got to stop at the Java Cafe, and I stopped there first and had like their protein drink, which was really good. It was a protein 50, and it was really good. It had the oats and the other stuff and berries and everything in the protein shake. So that really helped me out. I really like that. Going to be early because the beats come out after. Yes, sir. They hungry in the afternoon. You better have someone with you. You come up missing. That's what I'm saying. I'll be out there in the woods, just laid out, bear meat. Mm, yeah. You live in Lancaster. Oh, okay, Lancaster. Leah was just over there with y'all there in Little Rock, California. She was praising in Little Rock. You always tell when visitors come to AC and try to hike, they always end up on the news, right? Dead, getting rescued after. Yeah, we seen a couple of them over. They were like standing on the curb. I'm saying, oh, so y'all want to fall over like they do? Y'all want to take pictures on the edge, and y'all about to fall over. You do that. They was of the Caucasian persuasion. Y'all keep on. Magnesium for crack. Is that what I need, Sean Carter? Magnesium. Because I ate some bananas. I thought that would work out, but I guess there wasn't enough bananas in that fruit I had in the morning. But a friend of mine I work with, who's kind of a bulky, health nut, bodybuilder type guy, he told me that I just kind of need to start a couple of days before eating, potassium, probably the magnesium as well, a couple of days before can't just do it on the one day and say, okay, now I'll be okay today. Because I thought I was going to lose my mind when it started. I felt it, and I was walking, and I knew it was going to come up. I think I spoke that thing into existence, but I thought I would. I had plenty of water, so I thought I would. It wouldn't work happen this time. It wasn't as bad, but it could have been. And I think it wasn't as bad because I knew what to kind of do, which way. Because if I turned my foot a certain way, the cramps really cramped up in my calves. But I just made sure not to do it in that way. And then it kind of allowed me to kind of, and then I did the thing before, so I it wasn't as didn't seem as long as a hike as it was last time because I did it before, but it was still long, too long. I'm not gonna do it again. Not that long one. Yeah, we the people of color can't take all that heat. And I think that's what it is too, between the heat and the the constant on your feet. You're pounding down on that dirt. We're climbing up. You have to climb up, and you're going upwards on the heels and downward. Now, Leah, it is crazy. It is that particular one is crazy. So I would not advise you to do that one. Mm-mm, mm-mm. That ain't for the faint at heart. That ain't from the beginners. I don't know why my friends thought I would be able to do all that. Which I mean, I did it. I mean, I could do it, but I want to do it again, but I want to do it more prepared after other hikes, and I'm just doing one because I can do all things through Christ. Oh yes, I can. Oh yes, I can. But He's given He gives us wisdom now. Prepare, prepare, prepare. Yeah, you got to prepare. Hmm. Want to get cramps like that after drinking Hennessy from dancing. Oh, it's And I was like, Lord, is these the cramps that the poor women get during they time of the months? Is this what they get? Is this it, Lord? Are you punishing me for laughing and telling that it ain't nothing but a little gas? Get on out of here. You'll be all right. The God punished me. Oh, I felt it. Am I near it? Tapping around. I'm tiptoeing to them tulips, Faith. Now take me outside with training wheel. Yeah. And the woman was saying that one particular one, I think she called it Willow or something, but it was one particular, she said it's kind of a straight lace type of thing. And it's not a lot of ups and down because listen, this one we did, Leah, was very strenuous. But the funny part about it, you see older people out there just walking like doop, 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 just regular walking it like there's nothing to it. So that also encouraged me. I'm like, listen, them folks is in their late 50s, 60s. I saw some that had to be in their 70s. And I'm like, listen, if they can do it, I definitely can do it. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, and make you. They take you out of a deep sleep. Was that what they do? Let me tell you. If those are the kind of cramps y'all feel, the ones that I felt in my calves, oh man, I feel for y'all. I wouldn't want to be a woman. Oh no, and I never wanted to be. Thank God. Oh, God always kept my mind right. You's a man, Day Day. I'm just playing. All right, y'all. I got to get out of here. It is 9:30. And I appreciate you guys for just hanging out with me for a little while. I just wanted to talk about the Tutman thing. Fernandez is over there pissed off. They're over there trying to pump him out and, you put him all over the social media and put him down our throats. No, it ain't gonna work. Tudman's gonna stay on his knees and stay away from the women. He gonna be everything right. He just gonna love his wife. And he gonna get this church thing together. He gonna do his live on next Tuesday. We all gonna be waiting with anticipation, listening to what he has to say and what his plan is going forward. Like he says, I think they ought to call it a truce. And I think they ought to everybody go to their separate ministries and do what you're going to do. The people are going to stay, who are going to stay with Fernandez are going to stay. The people who are going to go are going to go. But Fernandez, you have left it wide open for people to go. Wide open. giving no explanation, it leaves it wide, and like someone said in the chat. But then, are you covering something that the people should know about Tudman? Do you not care, or is it nothing that bad that you don't have to say it? You got to think about these things. Are you not telling something that could harm the people of God if they choose to go with him? Or did you just get jealous and you got out of him what you wanted and now it's time for you to move on? I don't know. A teaspoon or two of mustard helps with those cramps. Listen here, now you want me to smell like a pack of mustard on a hike. You know how nasty that's going to smell? Inspire, go to bed. We finish. Mustard. Oh, God, the side of a mustard seed, huh? Faith. Was that you telling me, Pat? Is you trying to mix that spiritual? Is that mustard and mustard seed faith? What are you telling me, Pat? I think there's an interpretation. Let me call Manasseh and see if he getting anything on that. Let me call him. Manasseh, are you listening? Are you in the bushes? Tell me about mustard and mustard seed faith. And Pat's trying to tell me something. Oh, God. All right, everybody. Thank you for those who put a color on it tonight. Those of you who gave gifts. If you'd like to continue to check to support the program, those of you who are still listening to the video of the other night of Prophet Jordan, Prophet Manasseh, and you're still sowing your 2020 vision seed because you want God to open your vision. You want to see clearly for the remainder of this year into 2026. Everyone is still sowing, and some are not. Some are sowing more than 2020, and some are sowing a little bit less. Whatever you feel in your heart to do to support the program and support the vision, support the platform of the St. James Show. Listen, if you're getting something out of it, I think you should give with intention. Intention, when you give, you grow. When you sow, you grow. And that's what I believe. When you sow, you grow. There you go. 2020 vision seed. That is always in order. When I see that come in, I always look at that. I look at the name and I say, God, give them clear vision. And I said it every time before I clicked reply to each and every one of your um, uh, donations. I said, God, give them clear 2020 vision for their life here on out. Remainder of 25 into 26. Because listen, we have to be successful, we have to be prosperous, we have to be wise, we have to be loving, and we have to be nice people. All right? Have a good evening, everybody.